So begin by drafting a basic bodice pattern. Over here we have our neck length where you want the cup to start from. Then we have our armhole length, the bust point, the bust length, the under bust length, and the half length. For the half length I added 0.5 inches for the sewing allowance. Over here I have my shoulder width, which is 8.5. I added the 0.5 for sewing allowance. I have my shoulder slant, and the first step we're going to take is to take your nipple points to nipple points, divide by 2. For the person I'm sewing for, I'm using 4 inches. That's 8 divided by 2. So I'm going to take it on the bust point, the bust length, 4 inches, on the under bust, and on the half length. And you connect with a straight line. And the next thing to do is take the span, the space between your bust point and your under bust. Your bust and your under bust. You take the distance. We have it to be exactly 4 inches. So I'm going to take the 4 inches round, starting from this bust point. The 4 inches you took on your bust point, you take it round. So you're going to decide how high you want the midpoint of the corset to go. So from our bust point, I want to use 2 inches. So I'll go by 2 inches. And on my jacket pattern here, I already have 2 inches. The 2 inches marked as my armhole length. So the next thing to do is determine how wide you want the needle to be. So from that point, I'll go ahead to mark my 0.5 inch. Next thing to do, because this side of your bows is wider than this side, it's more full at that point. So I'm going to go out at 4 inches. I'm going to go out by 0.5 inches. From here you just go out by 0.5, no more than that. And you pick your curve and connect it to this point. This 0.5 that I just increased here, you connect it to this point with your curve. Make sure it's well placed before you draw it. Then you can make this a straight line up. Then you go ahead to connect this point to this 0.5 inch you marked out here to your under bust this way. This is almost the dotted line, so let me just go with it. That's how really nice. turn it to this side and connect from that point to this point. So next thing to do, this particular corset you are doing is going to have 3 parts. So what I'm going to do, from my under bust, I'll go out by 0.5, also in by 0.5 inches, just like you're creating your normal dance. So you take 0.5, 0.5, then connect it to your bust point this way. So now we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, but still not really divided because we need tightening at this point. So what you're going to do on this bust point, you also mark out your dart 0.5, 0.5. At this point also you take 0.5, 0.5. Now I do not want my cup pointed at this point. So to avoid that, you can just go straight and use your curve to mark out this dart, or you can go out. You should go out by 0.3 inches, 0.25 inches, or 0.5 inches. At this point, you also go out by 0.5 inches before. That's for those that have curves, especially before creating your dart legs. So now with the curve, so just stick it this way and this way. Do the same for this side. So now have our parts rolled 1, 2, 3. So that's it for this. To avoid confusion while joining it, I would advise that you label it as 1, 2, and 3. You also extend your darts down to your half length. Now it's time to take a horizontal measurement. A bust divide by 4 is 9 inches. I'm going to add extra 2 inches. For seam and join allowance. Then our under bust circumference is 7 inches. We're going to increase this 1 inch you took out from here, making 8 inches. Then 2 inches more for allowances. So we said 8 inches plus 2 inches more for allowances, making 10. So 7, we included this 1 inch we took out from here, which made it 8. Then a 2-inch allowance for sewing and joining. That's for our sewing allowances, that's 10 inches. For our half length, our waist circumference is divided by 4 is 7.25 plus this 1 inch we took out, that's 8.25 plus the 2-inch sewing allowance, 2 inches sewing allowance, making 10.25. Now go ahead to connect. Let's cross check our measurements. these are points we made earlier, so go ahead to connect them with your cord. So it's now time to cut, and while you're cutting, remember you're cutting the side on a fold. This part is going to be on a fold. So we now have, at the end of the day, our corset.